Welcome to Igniting Change, Finding Your Fire, a podcast covering all topics health, healing, and spirituality. I'm your host, Meena Puri. Thank you for joining me. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Igniting Change, Finding Your Fire. So today's topic is mind-body connection. So mind-body connection is a term that we have heard for centuries. We may have used the term, but many times it seems an elusive term, or it's just a cliche. What does that really mean? And that's what I want to shed some light on my thoughts on this mind-body connection and how it's actually a term that can help you make this very practical and understand it in practical ways. So when we think about the body, we are limiting it to just the physical body, our physical body, right? So the tissues, the muscles, the fat, the skeletal structure. So mind is the non-physical part of the body. So our body, we are an animate beings, which means the body animates. So my fingers move, my mouth is moving. It is because there's a non-energetic part that is directing the show, that is giving signals that I move my hands this way or I walk this way. So without that energetic component, the body is just nothing but a dead mass. Okay. And that's really what happens when we leave the body, because the energy leaves the body. So when we think about the mind, we point it to the head part as if the mind is in the head, the brain is here, but mind is actually all over the body because it's the non-physical part of the physical body. So mind is not head, mind is everywhere. So mind is body in the sense that mind is the non-energetic part of the physical body and body is the mind. So the non-physical part of the body is the mind. It seems loopy, but that's really how it is. So, and many times, we either harp on, oh, this is mind-body connection, or we continue to harp on that there's no mind-body connection. The truth is, whether we recognize it or not, mind and body are connected. One cannot exist without the other. So I'm going to give you an example. A single thought can create arousal. So a thought is the energetic impulse. The arousal is a physical reaction. So a thought and the physical reaction, there's a connection to it. Now imagine the countless subconscious thoughts that we have throughout the day. So don't you think that those thoughts that we are not even aware of are going to cause a physical reaction? It is not possible that it won't. Of course it would. On the physical level, the energetic impulse, it creates the same impulse. It asks the body tissues, it transmits that message to the tissues in the body. So there's a reaction in the tissues in the body. When we continue to have a repetitive thought or a pattern that we continue to follow, the physical body is taking a constant hit from that energetic impulse. So it's that constant hit that eventually will manifest in physical symptoms, which we call disease. So when we have a disease, a physical ailment that we can see, feel, touch, we run to the doctor and we want to band-aid it. We want to just look at the physical symptom and we want the symptom to go away. So this is where the Western medicine comes in. So they may heal you physically, may not, but they will at least try to minimize the symptoms or stop it from further progressing. So what happens when we try to band-aid one symptom, because the root cause is the energetic impulses, that have not stopped, that we have not addressed, the symptom is going to go somewhere else. So then we are hopping from symptom to symptom, diagnosis after diagnosis. We start with one diagnosis. A few years later, if we don't attend to the root cause, it turns into 4 different diagnoses, and we're going down the hill. The root cause is the energy. Disease is 100% energy. I've repeated this many times, and I'm going to continue to sing the same song. I have yet to meet a client who has come and worked with me whose physical symptoms were just physical symptoms. It has never happened, because that's just not how body works. It's not about, I don't believe in it. It's not dependent upon your belief. You may not believe the sky is blue, but it's going to continue to be blue. Well, it's gray today on a cloudy day, but you get my point. So this is not a matter of belief. This is not a religion. It's not a philosophy. It's how the body works. We are dynamic, living, live organism. There's the body, there's our thoughts, there's our feelings, there's our energies, there's our connection to the world around you, there's the energy we bring from the prior lives. One is not separate from the other. It's not possible for it to be separate from the other. We are a whole being. So just remember, so if a single thought can cause a body reaction like an erection or an arousal, then other reactions that are happening in the body in terms of symptoms or disease, what thoughts are they taking the command from? So if you, for example, you have a shoulder pain, you look at the shoulder pain, it keeps happening, you go to the doctor, you get some painkillers, then maybe a shoulder surgery, whatever. But what if we stop to think that what is the energetic component of this physical symptom that I'm experiencing? I guarantee you're going to find the energetic component. You're going to find that, oh, my thoughts these days, or how I've been feeling, or the past trauma. And the truth is, I'm giving you an example of a shoulder pain. The truth is, there's never just a shoulder pain. Okay, it's not just one pain in one place. It's a lot of things are happening in the body. Everything is connected. So I'll give you an example. In a time in my life where it was a very challenging time, and I felt my free will was restricted, suffocated. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I was in that kind of a circumstance. So guess what happened? I developed a frozen shoulder because I couldn't reach. It's like my wings were cut. Or that was my experience. That was my living experience. So here comes the frozen shoulder, which took me a couple of years to heal. And so as the shoulder healed, it's not just the shoulder that healed, my inner strength started to build because I put my wings back on as much as I could, given the circumstances that I was in at that time. So what I like to tell you is that when you have a physical symptom, do yourself a favor. Ask. First of all, notice the physical symptom, what it is. How often is it repeating? Where else is it happening? Is it worse at certain times of the day and better at certain times of the day? What makes it better? What makes it worse? Are there certain things that you can do, yourself, that your common sense tells you to do? So go ahead and do them. But ask the question, how is my mental state? How am I thinking? What am I thinking these days? How am I truly feeling inside? And, also when we ask that question, we actually don't get the answers right away, because so much of what we are experiencing, we are not even aware of. It's our subconscious. But if we dig deep enough, and we feel safe enough, we are able to connect with what we truly feel and feel brave enough to acknowledge it to ourselves. Many times we don't want to acknowledge it. We pretend it's not there, but it doesn't matter. We can't hide. I mean, we can run, but we can't hide because it's there. It's inside of you. So Ask yourself that question about your mental and emotional state. Now you may get a bigger picture. Okay. The reason why people don't ask that question, because even if they get to know what's really, or they're willing to a little bit admit what's really mentally and emotionally going on with them, they don't know what to do with it. When I talk about healing, heal it, they're like, how do I do that? What do you mean? I thought I healed because of healing in the head. So we can't think our way out of feeling what we feel. So how is that related to this mind-body connection, what I just said? When the energetic impulses have created a visual, or are created a prominent enough, for lack of a better word, mark on the body, you can't undo it by thinking about it. You have to now create the opposing energetic process to balance out the negative energy that got embedded in the tissues. That's the work of healing. So it's not talk therapy. It's not talking about it. It's actually not talking about it. It's going deeper into the heart. The feelings are the language of the body. So we use the heart as the feeling organ. So we go deeper into the heart. We experience the healing. We actually experience the energies of the healing. We experience the pain, the joy, the expansion, the openness, the anger. We feel it, the forgiveness, the appreciation, and the whole process that is part and parcel of healing the root cause, the energy of our body symptoms and body ailments. So, the disconnect that comes from the mind and the body, because we get trapped inside the head, because the head says, I don't believe in it. I have up to today never understood what that meant. I don't believe in holistic medicine. I don't know what that means. It's not about your belief, right? So resistance shows up in many ways. So it's the mind-body connection. If you really think about in basic layman terms, it's connected on a daily basis, like I just gave you an example. Or another, when you feel angry, do you not feel a physical reaction? The shoulders tense up. You may make a fist, or the jaw clenches, or you may feel, upset in the stomach. So that's a physical reaction. It came from thoughts. So mind and body is the same thing. Mind is the body is the mind. It will serve you to look beyond the physical symptoms into what's creating those symptoms, so you can actually heal them. So before you run to the doctor, understand the whole gamut of what's going on with you, because the doctor isn't going to ask you. He's going to give you a medication that he knows best. He's not going to ask you what's your stress level. He's not going to ask you what you're eating. He's not going to ask you what you're thinking and feeling. It's something you need to do. That's not the doctor's forte. Their forte is to help you manage the disease. It's up to you to figure out why you're getting sick in the first place. We all have to take and be in charge of our own health. It's nobody's job. It's our own. It's your own. So this is a process of getting to know yourself. Wouldn't it be nice if we understood this? So understanding increases our awareness. It expands our thinking, our mind. Now we have more knowledge that we can use on a day-to-day basis and become wise about it. Now, this is living mindfully. This is living with consciousness. This is living with awareness. So it's made very practical. All right, so I hope that this was helpful for you. And if you are prepared, and if you want to start and embark on your healing journey, I really invite you and urge you to take a look at my membership program called the Inner Compass Club. It's such a beautiful and non-overwhelming way for you to begin the healing process. Your online learning portal, where I give you video trainings, very small, short, easy to understand, guided meditations, workbooks, and you also do live Q&A with me. So you get a lot of support and hand-holding. There's other members in the community, so you get to connect. So this is the next best thing to working with me individually. Working with me individually is costly, but it's needed. I work with individual people on a very deep level, but I am not a person who you're going to spend years with. 3 months, you will see a dent in your healing process. 3 months, you're going to see the progress, and you may not even need me anymore. Okay, many people just work with me 3 months and they're on their way, and they may come back to check in from time to time. But again, we can either spend years and spend a lot of money dabbling fragmented information here and there, or we can really work in an integrated whole way and get to the point. We don't need years to heal. Okay. So if that's where you're needing, then just go ahead and look at my individual program, schedule an initial consultation. But if you want to kind of start, you're not yet sure, you're not yet completely ready, then start with the membership program. It's really very cheap. I made it that way so more and more people can attend and begin expanding your knowing and thinking and experiencing. Begin to heal the past that's been weighing you down. Regain your energy, regain your life, and get on with your life. That's what this membership is about. So the link will be below. And thank you so much for joining. Until next week. Thank you for watching. You can find all episodes of Igniting Change, Finding Your Fire at ayurvedichealingcenter.com. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and share your comments.